Most people read a market price as if it tells them what a thing is truly worth. It does not. So before anything else, let us answer a simpler question. What is a market price actually?
Hold on. Same coin, 10 seconds, 3 different prices. Did Bitcoin change 3 times? That can't be right.
It didn't change at all. There is no wise machine setting that number. There is just a crowd of strangers arguing, and the last 2 who agreed set the price you see. By the end of this, you will never read a price the same way. Let me prove it. In about 10 minutes, you will stop seeing a price as a fact about the asset and start seeing the argument behind it, who is in the room, and why the number is never quite still.
Okay, but here is what I always assumed. Millions of people are buying and selling. That is the wisdom of crowds, right? All that money, all those smart people. The price has to be basically correct. The market's best guess at what the thing is worth.
That is the strongest version of the belief, and it deserves full credit, because it is half true. A liquid market aggregates an enormous amount of information into one number, faster than any expert could. That part is almost miraculous. But then comes the leap that quietly ruins people, deciding that the price is the value. It is not. The price is what the last buyer and the last seller agreed on. Value is your opinion about the future. Most of the time, price is a useful estimate. But when uncertainty, leverage, fear, or imitation take over, price and value can drift far apart. The dangerous mistake is treating the price as if it has already solved the future. First, let me open the hood. You saw this at the top. Now commit to an answer before I explain it. In those 10 seconds, did the value of Bitcoin actually change 3 times? Yes or no? Say it out loud.
My instinct says no, but then I do not know what changed. If the thing did not change, why did the number move?
The crowd moved, not the asset. Here is the machine. A market is not a price. It is a stack of intentions. Every green line down here is a buyer saying, I will pay this much, no more. Every orange line up here is a seller saying, I will sell for this much, no less. Nobody is trading yet. They are standing in line with their limits. So where does the price even come from? They are all different numbers. A trade happens the instant one person stops waiting. A buyer reaches up and takes the lowest seller, or a seller reaches down and hits the highest buyer. They cross. That single handshake, the most recent one, is what your app proudly displays as the price. So the number on your screen is just the last handshake, already in the past, a transaction, not a fact. Watch what happens when a big seller arrives and there are not enough buyers nearby. Bitcoin did not get worse. The crowd just ran out of people willing to pay the old number, so the next handshake happened lower. That is your 3 prices in 10 seconds. 3 handshakes, 1 unchanged asset. Here is the half that is true. Look at who is in the room. This person is selling for rent money, nothing to do with Bitcoin. This one read something. This one is a machine rebalancing. This one is dreaming. Not one of them knows the value. Each holds a tiny, private, partial reason, and the price blends all of it. Friedrich Hayek made this point in 1945. The knowledge a market needs never exists in one place. It is scattered in fragments across thousands of strangers who will never meet. The price is the one number that reconciles all those private reasons into a single point where one buyer and one seller shake hands. No individual could compute it. The crowd computes it by arguing. That is genuinely amazing, and yes, it means the crowd is smart. Sometimes. Now let me show you exactly when it turns from smart to dangerous, because that turn is where the smart money story quietly becomes the disaster story. The wisdom of crowds has fine print almost nobody reads. A crowd is wise only when people guess independently, when your error and my error are unrelated and cancel out. Guess the jelly beans in a jar separately, and the average is uncannily accurate.
That sounds tidy, though. Errors cancel out. Can you actually show me that is real and not just a comforting metaphor?
Let us run it right now. Real code, real output, no animation tricks. But before I run it, guess for yourself. 500 strangers, each guessing a number near 1,000. Will their average be a mess or surprisingly close? Same crowd, same code. Independent, the average nails it, 1,008 against a true 1,000. Now watch what happens when I let each person peek at the same loud guess first. Same 500 people. Does the average get better or worse? The identical 500 people land at 1419. Nobody got smarter or dumber. The errors stopped canceling and started stacking.
Wait, so this herding is not some rare glitch. It can happen to a normal, sensible crowd?
It happens to normal, sensible crowds constantly. And here is the key nuance. This is one way bubbles form, not the only one. Ordinary people lose their independence. They all start watching the same loud signal, the price, and their errors stop canceling. They stack. In a real market, the loud guess everyone glances at is the price itself. A rising price becomes the reason to buy, which makes it rise, which becomes the reason. Before crypto, before the dot-coms, the very first bubble we have a record of was about a flower. Holland, the 1630s, and the hottest asset in the whole country was a tulip bulb. At the peak, one rare bulb could cost as much as a house on an Amsterdam canal. People sold their land for a flower, not because they wanted a garden, but because the price kept climbing, and a climbing price was the only reason anyone needed. Then one morning, the buyers simply stopped showing up. The bulb that bought a house was worth almost nothing by lunchtime. The flower never changed, only the crowd did. Keynes called investing a beauty contest. You are not picking the prettiest face, you are picking whoever everyone else will pick. At that point, the crowd is not aggregating knowledge, it is a stampede wearing a number. So the same machine that is wise on a normal Tuesday is a stampede in a bubble. Same machine, same order book. The only thing that changed is whether the people in the room were thinking for themselves. This happens in both markets. Worked first. On a normal day, a large liquid coin or a blue chip stock, the price is a genuinely useful live summary. Look at this stock right now. There is no single price. There is a bid, $189.90, and an ask, $190.02. Two prices, same instant. On a second exchange, the last trade is a few cents off again. None of them is the price. Each is a handshake, and that is fine. The crowd is doing its job. So where does it break? When the votes stop being independent. Crypto. This shape is a representative meme coin round trip from 2021, up about 80 times, then giving almost all of it back. It is illustrative, not one real token, and the shape is the point. It is hard to argue the underlying usefulness or cash flow reality changed by anything like that amount. What clearly changed was the crowd's willingness to pay. In equities, the dot-com run into 2000, then the NASDAQ fell roughly 78%. That one is real index data. Same story, bigger stage. In both, every price was a real transaction. With hindsight, the top prices were poor estimates of durable value. And the why is the jelly bean thing. Aggregation only works when the errors are independent. Herding correlates them, and a correlated crowd does not compute a value, it computes its own momentum. Which is exactly why this whole series shows you a distribution of what historically happened next. Never a single confident answer. A point hides the argument. The shape shows it. Lock it in. Here's the test I want you to carry out of this whole series. Call it the price test. Is this a price someone actually just traded at, or a price someone is only hoping for? Not what is it worth, what is this number actually?
It is the most recent deal between one buyer and one seller. So it is not a fact about the asset.
Exactly. It is the last handshake, not a promise. The last argument the crowd won, already in the past. You now know something most people who have traded for years have never said out loud. Two things before you go, and both test whether today really landed. First, a question. Two exchanges show the same asset at different prices in the very same second. Which one is the real price? Tell me in one sentence below. Second, for anyone who likes to get their hands dirty, here is a challenge. Take the jelly bean simulation I just ran. Change one thing: how big the crowd is, how loudly that first guess gets shared, how many people peek before they answer. And find the exact moment the average breaks. Post your code, a gist, or a screenshot. I read the comments and I answer there. And to be clear what we do here, we show you how to reason, how to tell aggregation from a stampede, never what to do with a position. We teach the thinking. The decision is always yours. A price is not the truth about an asset. It is a photograph of an argument taken a moment ago by a crowd that is sometimes wise and sometimes a stampede. And the photo never tells you which. That is not a flaw to fix. It is the thing to respect. Next time, we find out who is usually on the other side of your trade and why that matters more than most beginners realize. So a market price was never a promise about what something is worth. It is just the last handshake in a crowd that never stops arguing, frozen for a moment, then gone. Next time, we will meet the people on the other side of that handshake. If this made the number feel different, subscribe, and I will see you there.